What's up, family? Wanted to talk to you today about dieting and not necessarily in the way that you may think. Whenever I say the word diet, everybody instantly thinks about weight loss. But diet is whatever you're eating nutritionally, what that consists of, and the type of diet is, you know, whatever type of goal you are trying to reach or whatever lifestyle you are living. So, you know, if you're eating a fast food delivered food diet, that's just because your lifestyle is facilitating you having all your food delivered. Usually, it's going to be high in processed foods and a lot of preservatives, things like that. For example, then there's fat loss dieting. Then there is weight gain dieting. Then there is dieting for different types of athletic sports. So, a swimmer or a marathon runner or whatever is going to eat a ton of carbs. And there's, strongman diet, which is just going to be a ton of calories in order to support, gaining weight. So, your diet doesn't mean weight loss. It just means what you're eating. And the kind of diet that I prefer to be on most often and try to take into consideration, no matter what phase I'm in, because sometimes I'm dieting for improvement, meaning, put on muscle tissue. And sometimes I'm dieting to lose weight, like in a contest prep scenario or a mini cut or what have you. But the thing that always has in common is that I'm trying to eat as much whole food as possible and, in the best variety as possible. So a balanced, healthy diet. And so many people out there, want to eat in a better diet, but they have no idea how to do that or what that looks like. And currently I am studying to be an official certified training coach, nutrition coach, excuse me, a certified nutrition coach. And I'm also, by the way, yes, I'm also training to get my personal training certificate and my corrective exercise certificate. But at this very moment, the very first thing I'm doing is training to be a certified nutrition coach. And and it's because I really love nutritious, balanced eating. People ask me all the time, what kind of diet they should go on. And, I always recommend that your diet, the life that you live, the way that you go about eating be a balanced, longevity, health-based diet. Meaning, how are humans built? Humans are built to eat both plants and animals. They're meant to eat all three of the macronutrients: fat, carbs, and protein. You know, protein is most easily converted into other proteins that your body, like building muscles, but it facilitates many other processes in the body. So protein is definitely one of the most vital of the three macronutrients. Carbs are unfortunately have been vilified lately, and really and truly, you know, carbs fuel energy. Our body is preferred macronutrient for supplying energy to the body is carbs. So for all of your functions, for exercise, for workouts, for cardiovascular, for anything that you're doing, just for body processes, just for fuel for the body, carbohydrates, you know, fat is most easily stored as fat. The very first thing that's going to convert to fat is fat, because nothing has to happen in order for it to go from one to the other. Now, how much fat you store is going to be based on your caloric intake. Are you in a calorie deficit, meaning losing fat? Or are you in a caloric surplus, meaning gaining fat? Very simple. Irregardless of the macronutrients, if you're in a surplus, you're gaining fat. If you're in a deficit, you're losing fat. Period. Now, what you intake is how your body's most easily going to use each of the three macronutrients. But really, we want to take in a balanced diet that has some of each, even in a deficit, even in a surplus. Balanced, healthy living is, eating from all three of the macronutrients. And the reason I say eating meat and vegetables is, We have molars. Obviously, we are, evolutionarily built to eat vegetables. And we have, the biting front teeth, obviously built for eating at least some meat products. And most meat products have the most complete portions of amino acid chains that are necessary to build proteins for the body to utilize and break down and handle all of its activities that utilize protein. So protein, a general rule of thumb is 0.6 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This has been proven in many studies, and and outside of that, carbs, the carbs can vary. Some people feel, better with carbs. Some people with more carbs. Some people feel better with less carbs. I operate well with some carbs for sure. I feel fantastic when I have a sufficient amount of carbs. I wouldn't say it's like a magic number, but I would say that there's, areas that if I get below, I don't feel as well as that if I'm in the bracket for that is huge. 300 grams of carbs a day, feel great. 125, still feel great. Getting down to 50, I don't feel so great. This is from, my own experience. So I'm not going to say that there's this magic number that's exactly right and wrong for you. And sometimes when I'm in a steep calorie deficit and I'm, prepping for a show or whatnot, I'm not going to feel great because I'm pushing my body beyond its comfort zone. And a lot of times that's what happens when we're, trying to reach for our goals. So it's okay to go outside of these, boundaries whenever you're trying to reach your goals. But at the end of the day, like really and truly, balanced, healthy diet. All three of the macronutrients. And, both types of protein and carbohydrates. Both types of protein sources. And a varied diet. And then, listen to your body. If something causes you bloating and discomfort, try something else. And if you can't figure out what it is, do an elimination diet. Eliminate a few things and see if you feel better. And if you feel better, add one thing back. And you sit there and swap in and out until you figure out what it is that bothers you. Also, like by eating on a regular schedule, it really makes a huge difference. Your body comes to expect that food. It's prepared. The body acids are there. It's already cleared a path for it. If you're eating at the same time every day, your body's ready for it, expecting it, and is prepared to break down that food and utilize it properly in the bodily processes. So we're all dieting every single day. We're all dieting. What kind of diet are you on? If you want to know more about dieting, or if you want help with dieting, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. The best is yet to come.